Namaste, and welcome to Breath as Anchor for our morning whisper. Good morning, beautiful being. Before the day begins, let's come back to your breath from yesterday. Inhale slowly. Exhale softly. Again, inhaling presence, exhaling tension. Your breath is always here for you. A steady anchor in every moment. Close your eyes and place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Feel your body breathing for you. You don't have to force anything here. You are already being supported by life itself. Now I want you to begin to deepen your breath slightly. And with each inhale, invite calm. And with each exhale, release anything heavy. Let your breath soften your mind, soften your body, soften your heart. Now bring a gratitude into this simple gift, your breath, and to yourself for continuing to show up. My breath guides me home. I trust the rhythm of my life. I am safe in this moment. Carry your breath with you today. It will always bring you back. Also, this morning, the bowls that were calling to me was the root chakra, the heart yesterday I had mentioned my little Tibetan bowl that I had received as a gift from a dear friend of mine. And being that I'm new to understanding all the ins and outs of how it works, I was able to connect with them, and we have a name for said special bowl. She's very happy about it. Everyone, meet Grace. You know, as I received that message from my dear friend, that the impression was one of grace, it really tied into the message of yesterday, the gratitude that I had in my heart for partnership connections, friendship connections, family connections, work connections. There are a lot of times in life when we are given grace by friends, and it's literally like the dots on this scattered board of life came together when grace came through. Almost like two ends of the string were gathered and pulled, and everything connected. All those moments when I had been given grace by this special friend and didn't realize it. And then, of course, the floodgates open, all of the special moments that I've been given grace by my wonderful, beautiful partner. All those special moments of grace that I have been given by my family, my brothers, my sister, who I adore and love very much. And then this weird thought came in of all the times I was given grace in work relationships. Now, I've never had a job that I loved more than the job that I do now, which is this: healing, plant frequency, moving energy with you. I've had a lot of not so great jobs, coworkers, bosses, but I'll tell you, much like I told you yesterday, to be grateful for the things that I have currently in my life, and to be grateful for those experiences that really helped mold me into, or mold the thinking processes that I have now. How I know I don't want to treat people. How I know I don't want to receive people. How vulnerable it is to be. How safe and open, and the amount of vulnerability, rather, is what I'm trying to say. I used to use vulnerability. I used to just give all my cookies away to people who were undeserving, people who would use that vulnerability. I use that vulnerability. My part is I would use that to create connection, right? And it wasn't authentic or genuine or loving or forgiving or compassionate or receiving even. It was transactional. It was conditional. And none of those relationships worked, right? None of them were genuine. None of them felt great. None of them ended well. So today I'm giving myself grace in knowing that all of those relationships were necessary to bring me to this moment with you, to know how I want to move through life, how I want to connect, how I want to show up for not only myself, but for those that I love and genuinely care about in my life, which is everyone, right? That brings me to another good point, though. There's some people that come into your life that, if we're using a solar system analogy, right, they don't get to be super close. It's okay for them to orbit out here. It's okay for them to be an acquaintance. It's okay to not let them in all the way. Not everyone that comes into your path, not everyone that crosses or comes into your life gets the full access. And then it's, well, how do I know which ones get what access? What clearance, so to speak? And sometimes that can be difficult. It can be difficult to know. And sometimes it's listening with your heart instead of with your head to really figure out which connections are genuine and safe. So that's another thing, is a connection safe? And I've learned that through knowing and meeting myself more authentically, accepting myself more authentically, loving myself more honestly and truthfully, I've come to attract that energy, that genuine connection that edifies my soul, that uplifts me. I have some really amazing, beautiful friends in my life right now. Ones that I am so incredibly grateful for. Ones that heal me, ones that help me, ones that see me, ones that are not afraid to tell me the truth, to be honest with me when I'm getting a little off course. I've learned that through being open to those types of connections and not taking things personally has helped me grow. And think about that. When is the last time you had a conversation with a dear friend? It doesn't even have to be a dear friend, but when is the last time you had a conversation with a friend and they gave you some honest feedback and it was something that you just did not want to hear? You immediately close up and clamp up and, I don't like that. I don't like them. I don't agree with them. And so the immediate thought is, I need to remove them from my space. But what I've come to learn is when I feel that ick, it's something inside of me that's shifting that I'm not accepting of or even aware of sometimes. And as I sit in, why did I feel that way? Why did that conversation bring up those thoughts, feelings, and emotions? What is it in me? That's where the real healing happens. The thought of the way through any situation is coming to mind. And it's so true. I really clung to that when I understood what it meant, right? Because before I was ready to hear and accept that into my being, they were just words. A lot of things were just words. But if you really sit in, the way through is in having conversations with real, genuine connections, friends, family, co-workers, yourself. If you can sit in that ick and really, really find where you're feeling it at in your body, what memories are attached to it, and then realize that it's not something to be taken personal. It's coming from a source that you trust, that you love, that you accept, that you honor, that gives you grace. As you go throughout your day, notice little moments where you can cling to the breath in anchor. Sometimes all we need to do is close our eyes for that brief moment Take an inhale in, inhaling calm and peace and serenity and love and forgiveness, and exhaling everything that no longer serves us, the tension, the anxiety, the anger, the frustration. And doing that several times to bring yourself back to center. I adore and love you all, and I am so incredibly grateful that I have the opportunity to share my mornings with you and share sound with you. And as always, if I can be of service in any way, I am a phone call, I am a message away, and I would be happy to connect. Make it a wonderful day, and until next time,